let's say I've done this, right? Like I did the research, I planned the content, I then wrote it, and it's out there. How do I know if it's working? How do I measure? How do I see it? How do I see E.E.A.T?
Yeah, that's a tough question. Because I think the honest answer is there is no way to quantify it perfectly. Or directly, I should say. It's just not, because a lot of this stuff is objective. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't have KPIs and you can't measure some of this stuff, because you absolutely should. I sound like a politician here, but I like to answer that question with another question often to people trying to do this and say, okay, well, what does success look like for you? What are you actually trying to do here? You're trying to drive traffic to your site? You're trying to build a channel? You're trying to get people to watch a video? You're trying to get people to convert? What does that look like? And I think if you know the answer to that, that can be your true north. And then that can also inform how you do a lot of the other things that are trying to point people towards a certain thing. To use the paid search agency example, they're not interested in traffic. They're interested in conversions from the right people who are engaging with their content. So in that case, how do you measure it? Well, you can measure it by things like, is it getting social shared on certain networks in which we're producing it? Is it driving form fills off the content that's being produced? And at the end of the day, like, has any revenue been generated off this effort? Those are the specific examples you can go there. So I think there's a broad box of tools you can pull from. You can look at things like your backlinks and, Moz industry tools trying to do a thing called brand authority, or you're measuring that. And you can use AI tools to sort of like evaluate your content, and it gives you a score. But to me, I suppose the answer is, and this is always the worst answer, but it depends. It depends on what you're trying to do, and then lean into that as a way to build some specific KPIs for your exact program. That's how you measure E.E.A.T as best or as directly as possible. Right. What do you think, though? I'm really curious of your take on this one, because this was a big question thrown out ahead of time, and I thought, I wonder how Chuck would answer that. Probably much better than me.
Well, I think all of the things that you said are absolutely true, that if you want to accomplish traffic or conversions or form fills or revenue, are just, pipeline, sales, whatever it is you're measuring, all of the things we're talking about are important. E.E.A.T, as it relates to search visibility and organic traffic, E.E.A.T is the key. I guess when I hear those, to me, they're lagging indicators. I wonder if there's some leading indicators. And I want to use two examples. One is very algorithmic, and I don't know if it's the right thing or not, but I would start to look for Google answer boxes. Yeah. Because if I'm putting out very specific, like if I'm on point, I'm going to be answering questions that people are asking Google, and I'm going to win an answer box. That'd be one way. Now, of course, that takes some
to jump in there too. That could increasingly also probably be like the generative search results.
There you go.
Are kind of the latest version of answer boxes.
Exactly. Yes. So no, it's great. So there's three ways with generative search being scheduled to launch soon. But starting with, you got the Google answer box, you have generative search, and since you're mentioning generative search, I've often tried to see what AI would say and if the brand is cited. Like if you're doing E.E.A.T and you're doing all the things across the internet you should do, and AI is crawling the internet to answer questions, then your brand should show up. Like that you would actually be the answer when someone types something into ChatGPT or Claude or Bard, or today I heard a woodpecker showed up in some country as their AI tool. But so those would be three different ways. You have a leading indicator like how is your content showing up to the AI? And those would be different ways that you would see as leading indicators.